Hello? Is this on? Hey guys, girls, what's going on? Veridia here, and welcome to episode 16 of Down the Scope.
16!
Yes! The gaming podcast you can't miss. Again, I'm your host, and we've got Anakin and Zombie here. How's it going, guys?
Whee!
Lots of craziness. Woo!
Yeah. Actually, a lot of crap has happened. Just today, even.
Indeed.
I found out a lot of crap today myself.
Indeed.
So we're going to talk about that today. Mainly, we're going to be talking about how shitty Brink is. We're going to be talking about Modern Warfare 3 and all that was leaked on that. Then we got some little odds and ends to go in the end, like how Microsoft bought out Skype and their implementation of PayPal onto the Xbox Live, as well as some viewer mail. So what's been going on in the gaming world for you two?
Well, I was going to buy Brink until I read all the reviews. And
Good for you, Anakin.
And I saw the bullet coming and I dodged it. That's all I got to say about Brink.
Well, with your bald head, it probably wasn't that hard. Zombie, without PlayStation Network, you've been pretty bored. You haven't been playing anything, have
PS3 is in hibernation mode.
Yeah, PS3 is in
Catching dust, collecting dust.
PSN is in losing fanboy war mode.
Yeah, no lie.
Yeah, I wonder, did anybody buy Brink on the PS3 even?
No, I was thinking about that. That would have been a dumb idea.
I wouldn't buy anything for the PSN right now.
Yeah, no shit. I was like, man, the only like half redeeming factor that Brink had was the fact that you could do all this with online, like with your buddies. Like the solo is trash. It's like why would you even play it? And so there's no.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll get into that, but
At least the first DLC will be free.
Oh gosh, be still my beating heart.
Yeah, that's probably going to be the DLC that PSN gives away free is for Brink. Nobody wants that crap. That's bull crap. No, I mean, I'm sorry. Like, if you like, we'll get into that. Anyway, I finished my Mortal Kombat Let's Play,
That's
and
good.
yeah, and I'm done with that frustration for a bit. Yeah, it was pretty strenuous, honestly. I think that's where most of my headaches are coming from. But
it's actually for sales in April. Mortal Kombat was top of the sales.
heck yeah, I'm not saying
versus Portal 2. Yeah, Portal 2 didn't make that much actually.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying that the end bosses are so cheap, and I'm just go watch anybody's videos that even if they're good at Mortal Kombat, you're good for the first like 6 fights until you get to fight Goro or Shao Kahn, and then you've got to change your tactic from, oh yeah, I know how to do all these awesome combos, to, oh yeah, now I got to spam a fireball, then teleport, then hope that he doesn't just magically guard my attack by just being overpowered. It's just a bunch of bullcrap. I mean, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for me. Anakin, you've just been chilled out. You're dealing with your house and crap.
Yeah, I'm still dealing with my house. You know, we've got the update on that is our house is 100% sold. I mean, it's now done. We've gone through all of the process and everything, and basically at this point, we're waiting to move out. That's all it boils down to. And I have thrown a bid out on a house that me and my wife really like. The first time we put the bid out, we got a counter bid back. And I countered their counter, and and this is terrible. You know, I don't know anybody who's ever bought a house. This is one of the worst processes in the world, and they didn't counter back my counter. They said, "Nope, thanks for everything, but your counter is too low." And so we couldn't meet in the middle, and we just said, screw it. So I sat on that for like a couple of days, and I didn't do anything. And I finally threw out another counter.
So you countered your own counter?
I countered my own counter because I really want this house.
It's like eBay.
I know. It's like, I sniped myself. So anyway, I threw that back out there, and I still lowballed it quite a bit. But the people really do need to move, and they got transferred, so they do need to sell their house. I need a house because I'm about to be homeless. So, we're trying to kind of meet in the middle, and they were supposed to give me an answer today, and I haven't heard anything yet. So it's going to be probably sometime tomorrow. And,
So we're all waiting for Anakin's new book entitled "Taking Advantage of the Real Estate Market" and how to lowball people who really are desperately trying to move.
Yes.
Record an ebook,
Win by taking advantage of other people's tragedy. Lesson 1.
How to play the Anakin way.
That's right. Yeah. Screwing people over the Anakin way. That's right.
Screwing people over the Anakin.
It's gonna be the new dummies guides. It's just gonna be called the Anakin way to screw people over in real estate.
That's right.
That's epic.
Oh man, it's gonna be awesome.
God. Well, all right. Well, let's just get right into this. I sold Brink today for 007. On the Wii, and
but Viridia, how could you have sold Brink? It just came out on Tuesday.
Yeah, and it gave me the most cash. I signed out quick, and I got 007, and I have had more fun in 3 hours than I had with Brink in like 20.
Oh God!
Did you ever get to finish it though?
Yeah. I beat all the missions. Like, here's the thing, guys, and if you're watching this from my channel. I'm not Let's Playing the shit. I put one part up, but that one part was a 20-minute part. I had been recording for like an hour and a half. All of it was like trash because, like, it's like so the matches take forever. Like, especially if you're on offense, because basically here's the thing. It's a multiplayer game, and they pitched this as a solo mixture. They're blending multiplayer and solo play together.
Oh shit!
So all that amounts to is that it's just one big multiplayer game, but the single player is just bots thrown in. That's it. So imagine if Call of Duty or Battlefield was just the multiplayer with a cutscene before it, and then
populated with bots.
Exactly. That would be what Brink is. So basically the game plays like this in a nutshell. You've got 4 unique classes that can basically each class can do one thing. So the soldier class is basically your class that can give his special ability is to give ammo. He can also his objective ability is to plant explosives.
Okay.
The engineer, his ability is to buff weapons, so he can make your weapons stronger. His objective ability is to fix bots that you have to escort, or to destroy the explosives of the soldier. Then you've got your medic, obvious, and then you've got your spy. I don't even remember the name of it, but this is basically its spy. It's just like spy. So this guy, he's the one who can hack, and he can disguise himself. That's pretty much all he can do. So the objective of the game is that there's, I think, 8 maps, and each map has a list of objectives you have to complete on that map. As far as I could tell, you can't even change the objective. It's basically like this map has these 4 objectives for the offense, these 4 objectives for the defense. Every time you play that map, you're playing that. Here's a good thing about the game. The customization is badass, but once you're done customizing your character, you don't see him again. Unless you buy the perk that allows you to see yourself. Like, when you go to plant something, you can buy a perk that'll zoom him out to third person. It's honestly just to look at your guy.
That's the perk?
Yeah, it says that it's so that you can see people coming, which it does work, but if you see people coming around you, you're not just going to drop planting the bomb or something. Like, you're not going to have enough time to just drop it and start shooting. I mean, I don't know. It didn't work as good as it said. It's basically so you can see your character. That's it. The customization is good. I mean, I could customize. Then you've got more negative. So basically, I unlocked every weapon attachment in about an hour and a half. So really, all you have to do is complete. There's 4 challenges. Now, these were pretty fun. However, there was 4 of them. That's it. And I completed the first star run and the second star run on all of them in about an hour and a half. And that was mainly because the second challenge on the first one was just ungodly, because like the objectives are bottlenecked. So like if you're on offense, you're gonna lose because you have to plant. And it's pretty much they put the objective right near their spawn. If it's not near their spawn, then they get to it insanely quickly. So by the time you kill them, they're already on their way back. So your only hope is to knock the medic down. Don't kill him, just knock him down, and then knock all the other people down so that he can't raise them up, and let them sit there and wriggle around, just, I'm hurt, That's the only way to do it, and hope they don't respawn. So the game is just unfinished, to say the very least. The graphics are just complete ass.
How are the bots?
They're bad. Yeah, that's the worst part about it.
That's what I heard too. Is that's really the issue. It's not necessarily that you're playing against bots. I mean, that's fine, but the bots are so stupid that it's like there's no point in playing against them.
Well, it's not that they're stupid. Your bots are stupid on your team. Yeah, the enemy bots are supernatural though. Like so like I have found in the solo play, I found absolutely no use for the like disguise, because I'd be like walking up and then just all of a sudden they'd be like, hey, and they just start firing, shooting. I'm like, wait a minute. Or I'd be like sneaking up. I'd be crouched down, sneaking up. This dude's turned around. Bloop, he turns around. He knows I'm there. How did he know? You can say, oh well, one of the other bots probably used the ability that lets him see you. No, that's not true. That's not true at all. It's unfinished. There was tons of screen tearing. As a matter of fact, if you go and watch that one part of the Let's Play I put up, in the first cutscene, the screen literally just rips a big right down the middle. It's like, rip! What the hell was that? It's like just flipping out. I couldn't believe it. I'm so tired of these games coming out, and not only that, the press that they get. And it's just crap. So yeah, I am not finishing that game because really, Have you even had the fix yet? I've heard that they're going to.
Oh
fix yeah. No. It was patched. It was patched that night.
Okay.
And you know what? Yeah. No. Don't buy a game, and play it, and then wait for it to get fixed. That game needs to be finished when you buy it off the shelves.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't buy a game to wait for it to get fixed. I don't. If I can't play that game in some form beforehand, or if there's all these problems, they can take that fix and shove it right where it needs to go.
Killzone.
Is it worse than Homefront?
Well, Homefront had a campaign, okay? At least. It had something that I could let's play. It had something that I could give to my fans. It had something that they enjoyed to watch. So yeah, it's worse than Homefront to me. Because it's just, there's nothing to do. Okay, here's the thing. The matches can take upward of 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how fast you do the objectives. So each objective will give you an 8 to 10 minute counter. If you take all 9 minutes to finally push these jerks back to the point where you can say, okay, bots, please just be fodder so that I can get this thing hacked. Then, it goes to the next objective, and it tacks on 10 minutes. So that next one might take you 10 minutes to get to.
So basically, they designed the map, like they had the maps in mind for that specific objective, because if it's like the same...
It's multiple objectives. So like, the first one will be to blow up a gate. Then the second one will be to get this bot through the gate. And here is one problem I had. I couldn't even beat this mission because I would get the bot, right? He would be going through the gate, but then it would get right beside their spawn, right freaking beside it. And then at that point, you shoot the bot and they break it. You got to go up with engineers and start repairing it. But your bots are nothing but soldiers and medics.
Yeah, I think you've talked to me about this.
It is such bull. So, not buy Brink. I can't stress enough. If you've bought Brink, go sell it for 007 on the Wii, because that is the far superior shooter. That game is amazing. I swear to God, if you haven't played that game, it is great.
I heard a lot of people have been having trouble with the PC because of the frame rate issues with certain graphics card.
Yep, that's another one.
I think it's with the ADI graphics card, right? They only work well with the NVIDIA ones.
Yep. So the question is, what were they brinking?
Oh my God. Yeah, if you guys, he wasn't talking the whole time. That's it. Just sitting there going, oh, I got it.
That took me 14 minutes to come up with that. I'm glad. I hope you guys appreciate that.
Oh, I just got a pun.
Oh my God. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know what the hell they were doing. I don't know how they could have released a game in that condition even. And I mean, the main deal was that they had a screw stairs button. Pretty much is what it is. Basically, if you hold this button, everything becomes a stair, and you can just climb over. It's just like nearly, whatever. But even that, you can only do that really with one class. Like you have to have a very super skinny body type.
Okay.
So there's 3 body types. There's light, medium, and heavy. Heavy, they can barely freaking jump. Okay. But they can carry like chain guns and junk. The medium body type, they can do a little bit more parkour. If you want to do what they said that was possible in the game, you have to use the light body type, and you can only be using submachine guns. So, I mean, that was pretty damn disappointing. I was like sitting there, I was like, yeah, I'm a heavy, I'm like, blah, blah, blah. I can't even jump up onto this little box. I'm like, ugh. I'm like, well, okay, that's understandable. Maybe if I take the chain gun, which I can't even ADS down this thing, obviously. I'm like, maybe if I take off the chain gun and put on an SMG, I can. No, you still can't jump. He's like, ugh. I'm like, God, this dude's legs are the size of me. He should be able to jump a little higher than that.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so yeah, that's Brink in a nutshell.
Are the controls the same? Like normal?
They actually have a control setup called Duty Calls, and it makes it exactly like Call of Duty's.
Duty Calls.
The original controls were.
Anakin, did you name that?
Maybe.
I might. But you work for splash damage, don't you?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Brink is a bust for sure. Wait for LA Noire if you're even thinking about it.
Indeed. That's the game. That's
the game.
And let me tell you, for all you budget gamers out there, go to Best Buy and pre-order LA Noire. They have the best deal right now. Because, Anakin's always on top of the deals to save you money. So, anyway, they give you the deal is, if you guys can find a Best Buy, they have the pre-order for you buy the game for $60. They give you a $15 gift card, Best Buy gift card. But then they also, if you're a Reward Zone member, which if you shop at Best Buy and you're not, you're crazy, they give you another 500 points, which is redeemable for another $10 gift card on the spot. So basically, you're getting $25 back at Best Buy upon purchase of LA Noire. So go buy your next game, like Duke Nukem, a few weeks later for $25 off.
I'm all out of gum.
Are you buying Duke Nukem?
I might. I'm always
wait
up for
it.
I'm gonna wait.
I look at the. I'm not a sucker for tits in a game.
For porn.
If I see
for soft porn.
Yeah, well, okay, when they throw like nudity on a YouTube could you believe that they did that? I was like, what the hell?
I know.
So Reed came to me, Rat Austin came to me, he's like, dude, there's boobs in the trailer, and I was like, yeah, it's probably a side boob, that's probably all Reed has ever seen. It's sure enough, Blat Owl, straight up frontal, and I was like, holy crap, he was right. So I couldn't believe that, but when I don't know, when they put that in the trailer, it makes me wonder, is this game really going to do good, or are they trying to sell it with the boobies?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the I'm gonna wait for the reviews, see what people have to say, because I really did enjoy the first one. I've enjoyed even the old side scroller that they did.
The pixelated boobs.
Yeah. Actually, I could probably do without those and still enjoy the game. At least I hope. I don't know. Maybe I was a lot younger when the last one came out, so maybe I did maybe I was a sucker for it.
I loved it. They'd be sitting there and you'd be like throwing her a single, and she's like takes her shirt off, and then you kick her and she just explodes. Oh my god, those were the good days. It's just like just kick her right in the chest. It's like boom.
Unbelievable.
Zombie, would you buy it for the TNA?
I'd rather buy LA Noire.
I don't think there's any I can't even imagine a woman buying this game. I mean, have we talked about like what the capture the flag is supposed to be like?
Oh yeah.
Have we talked about that on here? Can you imagine a girl like in her right mind doing that, like buying that, knowing that that's
what's capture the flag?
So basically, it's like capture the hoe, and like you've got like instead of flags, it's like stripper, like prostitutes or whatever, and like you got to take the prostitute from one base to the other. And this is what I've heard. I haven't seen this, but I've heard this like from multiple places that on your way, like she'll start like wriggling around and it'll like make you slow down. You got to like slap her in the butt to get her to stop.
Yeah, because she'll start like trying to get away or whatever, and you have to slap her in the butt several times.
I ain't your hoe no more. Get off me. Then you gotta like pow.
Yeah, I think I'll pass in that one.
I knew that would do
I
it.
can't believe you would. That's crazy.
I know. Are you serious? Well, what are you one of these sexist like feminists or whatever you call yourselves? Jeez, it's just a game, zombie.
I didn't say anything.
You damn feminazis.
It's CG spankage. Get over it.
Yeah.
CG spankage.
Lord.
All right. Well, enough about Duke. So yeah. That's probably like the only decent new shooter coming out soon. Does Duke come out before Modern Warfare 3 and all that?
Oh, yeah,
it should come end of May, they say.
Well, yeah, because it got pushed back. It was supposed to be early May or late April even, and now they pushed it. I think it's the first week of June now.
How do you...
Oh, is it?
How do you push Duke Nukem back? Again.
I know.
I know. Wasn't it supposed to be out last year?
No, it was supposed to be out like 13 years ago. No lie.
They keep pushing it, yeah.
It is in the Guinness World Record for the longest developed video game.
Indeed.
Did you know that?
I know, because like StarCraft was what, 12 years? 11 years? This one.
No, I don't know. I don't think it was actually in development that long. I don't think they were developing it that long.
Nah, probably not. This really was, though.
Yeah, this had been thrown around by different developers. They developed for it, then they're like, no, threw it around to another one, and then I thought it got scrapped, and then all of a sudden it came out of nowhere. It's like, hey, here it is. It's been picked up by somebody else.
Yeah, like, they had apparently the engine, most of the gameplay together and everything, but there was no script. Right. And I believe the last company that picked it up, I'm so confused now who's putting it out, I can't even remember. But, whoever picked it up, they added in the script. They kind of like, made a cohesive storyline as much as Duke Nukem will will
yeah, exactly.
And then that was it. And they basically got it put together, and they're going to throw it out.
So, well, we'll see. I won't be buying that day. Well, I don't know. It's one of those things. At least I know that game will have something to play on the channel.
Yeah, that'll be fun to play.
I don't. At this point, I don't even care if the game is bad because, my fans, and I'm almost sure this is true. They don't care if the game's bad. They just want if it's bad, that means I'm gonna get frustrated.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter to me.
Will you put it on your channel, Anakin?
I probably would.
Your channel's so wholesome.
I can see Anakin disapproving with everything he did. Well, that's just wrong, Duke.
I might put a censored bar here and there, over the.
Well, you'd have to almost. Like,
oh yeah.
It's like wow. It's like I'm not gonna be. I'm a partner channel. I'm not putting tits on my channel. I'm gonna be censoring that crap up. I got to that part in Heavy Rain, and I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, no lie, right?
How about God of War? Oh, you don't have God of War.
I don't have God of War on there, but if I did, I would just, well, God of War 3 was alright. It wasn't that bad. Like, it was just like...
the part with, on the bed and stuff.
Right, but Aphrodite, like, it was just for a minute, and then it switched to the two lesbians in the corner, like, enjoying it. And then they were like, oh.
Good Lord.
You remember that? Come on, you played that.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's like super fan service. God. But anyway, all right, so... Anakin, what's up with Modern Warfare 3? What happened today?
Man, let me tell you. It is craziness. There was all this new leakage that appeared today all over the internet. And, this whole... nobody knows where it came from because nobody's saying at the moment. But IGN, Joystick, Kotaku, everybody's got all these new screenshots from MW3. And so far, the shots are obviously... This is very early stuff, There's no way this is current. Because the graphics are, the graphics are good, but you can tell there's no environmental effects on any of the screens. No lighting. No lighting. Everything looks just like a standard 3D render with your typical standard 3D light setup. So. The only good news from all of that is that all of this new information has allowed us to see, some new guns that look like they're going to make their way in. It looks like there's a new shotgun, like an automatic shotgun. They're calling it the Striker 2. I saw there's a G99 pistol. The
P99.
Oh no, P99. That's right. And then the G36 looks like it's gonna be there.
G36.
And there's several guns that I think right now are even considered, either new or unidentified so far. So there's a lot of very interesting
crazy
stuff.
That like this leak, they have like the full map names.
I know.
And the spec ops modes.
That's right. Yeah, it's just crazy.
This is why you don't piss somebody off that works in the game industry, because you're just like, oh yeah, email Kotaku, done. All right,
exactly.
And you can't undo it.
I was actually a little disappointed, by the way, because and take this with a grain of salt, okay? But the thing is, I was a little disappointed that Kotaku went ahead and literally posted the entire walkthrough of the single-player campaign. Now, let me tell you, something like L.A. Noire or Heavy Rain, something that is extremely story-driven, I don't want to know the end. I'm going to play it because I want to experience the story firsthand while it's going on. But Modern Warfare, Call of Duty, the story's, it's all right. I mean, it's there, it kind of gives you just a warm up really to get ready for the multiplayer. So, the thing is, I know that's my take on it. I was never really into these characters. Some people are like, oh my god, Soap McTavish is awesome, and I'm like, yeah, it's just this guy in a suit. But anyway, that's my take on it. I was never really invested in the Call of Duty universe. I think it's neat. I think they do a good job on the single player campaigns, but I see it as just that. It's just the single player campaigns. It's a bunch of missions grouped together with a very loose storyline. So having said all that, okay, I do know that there are other people out there who are invested in the Call of Duty, campaign world, and they like these characters and all that.
No, not 100%. I enjoyed Modern Warfare better than Black Ops. Like, a lot of people didn't, but I like the military, the way the military story's told. But I mean, it wasn't like one of those breathtakers, but it was pretty. I mean, I liked it. It was okay.
Yeah, but you're not gonna like dress up as Soap McTavish for Halloween or anything, right? Yeah. you don't go around, quoting Makarov or anything, right?
I wouldn't have a damn Soap McTavish keychain.
Exactly. So my point is that I do know that there's other people out there who probably really do like the story, and my problem is Kotaku apparently got a hold of all of this information on literally the entire single-player campaign, and they didn't just say, here's some of the places you're going to go to, and here's some of the things you're going to see, and what all that. No. They literally said, here's where this character dies. Here's where these characters are introduced. These are the locales that take place. This is the storyline that's going. They literally just spelled out the whole thing for you.
And how they titled their article, too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, where you'll go, how you'll kill, and who will die in Modern Warfare 3.
Exactly. And you'd think by the end they'd be like, oh, and there's a special crazy ending that happens, be ready for that. But no, they're just like, yeah, here's what happens at the end. And
my God.
I'm like, good God.
Wow,
Thanks,
dude,
man.
they literally that's ruining games. Like they ruined.
Let me tell you, I was pretty shocked. I actually I've got a Kotaku account and I post on there from time to time, and I almost went ahead and it was posted by Brian Crescenti, who is he's the main the main editor. And I'm like, I was like gonna be like, dude, could have held some
and
of
the
this.
campaign settings are also listed here. Wow.
Yeah, he listed all of the locales. I mean, there's they've got India here, New York. Apparently one of the missions takes place on a plane that is transporting the president of Russia.
President of Russia.
They've got.
Are we spoiling it for people?
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. I didn't want to get all that into it,
Yeah, we are.
But
Spoilers.
but there's all kinds of crazy stuff, and then the ending. I went ahead and read the whole damn article because I'm an idiot apparently, and but there is a really interesting place for the ending, which I'm excited about to play, and there's a bunch of other interesting things about the the storyline that I'm interested to see. Now that I know everything,
they're gonna be like, pause podcast. Open Kotaku.
Exactly.
Modern Warfare 3.
Exactly.
Yeah, that last place, like I am psyched. Honestly, like you told it didn't really ruin anything for me. So
yeah, I can't wait to see what they do with it.
I know, like because I actually, as a matter of fact, without giving the place away, I will say that there was a game maybe 2 years ago, that was hinted at that was going to be taking place in this country, or I guess it's a country.
Well, it's a city in that country.
City,
yeah.
okay. Yeah.
City.
So basically, it never happened. I don't know what happened to it. I don't even know if it's still in development, and I don't even know what the game was called. So it was like an article that was on GameSpot or something. We're talking about it. They actually had some screenshots, and then boom, it's not there. So
wait, so the screenshots show like tanks and stuff, right?
Well, now here's
I'm wondering
deal.
if that's a kill streak, like, because I see that there's like some sort of like a gunship kind of screenshot.
Well, see, apparently you get there's another AC-130 mission, which we all knew that was coming. I don't think that's a spoiler. That was such a huge hit the first time. I have no doubt that they're probably going to milk that for all it's worth. Yeah. So, but they say that you get to pilot that. And, and again, what I mean by pilot is actually you're just a gunner, just like the first time. But apparently they also expanded out a little bit to where you get to drive a tank, and maybe there's another vehicle mission here and there or whatever. They don't really get into the vehicles that much, but again, it does sound like it's pretty much single-player stuff only. I don't think they're going to implement that in multiplayer.
Yeah, you gotta look at this stuff. Don't even think about multiplayer. These are pretty much, as of right now, it's probably.
Yeah, I wonder if these these leakage are the ones that they have right now, like these raw screenshots, or because it's like close to, November already.
Well, and I bet this is early stuff, that they probably had access to. I think maybe this was a QA tester. It could have been a past employee who has since left and moved on, and maybe he had this stuff on a flash drive or something. Who knows?
Well,
from 6 months ago. Who knows?
God knows Activision pissed everybody off, so there's no telling. I mean, like everything that Infinity Ward, brings out from now on will probably be leaked 4 or 5 months ahead of time.
Yeah.
Talk about
Actually, I have a theory who leaked it.
Yeah, so do I. Oh my god.
I think Sony leaked it. That way we'll stop talking about the PlayStation Network.
Yeah, they're like, screw it. They gave it to us. What's going on? Go.
Yep, they're like, yeah, this was some development stuff for our PSN, network stuff, the multiplayer. Yeah, let's put that out there. That'll get some heat off.
No, I can see one of the Sony execs just handing it to like their little, they're like 13-year-old son, just going, here, do whatever you want with this.
Or like Kevin Butler or something.
Oh God, yeah, exactly.
Just imagine its face like, here's the flash drive. And it's funny too because I see the commercial for SOCOM 4, and every time I see it, I just like, dude.
It's like take the commercial. You're wasting money.
Exactly.
To play that game. He's like holding this, gun attachment or whatever you can buy with the move. Like, dude, cannot enjoy the freaking game without the network. So
Indeed.
Stop it.
Did you guys hear about that? They're supposedly supposed to put cross game chat in.
Really?
Yeah, I heard that, and I heard that from quite a few places, but it's probably just fake. I can't imagine.
I don't believe it.
I didn't. I didn't.
I don't know. They said they were supposed to, and then I don't know. It's just it'd be nice to have, but I just don't know why. Now I wonder if they're gonna do like a whole facelift on the XMB. Do you think that they can?
Oh man, let me tell you, my my prediction is that the damn thing isn't even going to work. When it comes back online, I guarantee you there'll be so many games that are broken and so many interface issues. I'm telling you, it's going to be a train wreck probably for the first month that it's even back online.
You think so?
Yeah, I just think they're going to. I mean, they're literally rebuilding the whole thing from the ground up.
I just had a tear. Yeah,
I'm telling you, there is no way that they're rebuilding this,
network.
and they're just going to be like, oh, poof, there it goes. Okay, now everything works again. Here you go. No, I guarantee you, there's going to be people who either didn't upgrade or maybe they're going to try to get on now or whatever. You know, they haven't done a system update in a while. They're going to get on, you know, for the first time, or they're going to have a store-bought PS3 and they're going to open it for the first time, try to log on. It's going to be a disaster because there's so many different circumstances that there's just no way that you could rebuild a network from the ground up and expect everybody to just log on from wherever they're at with the first time with no issue. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I know I mean, it's obvious. There's always going to be a hiccup or two, you know, in the beginning. But yeah, it's probably going to be worse. I just hope. I mean, look at Xbox. How many they've renovated that main menu until I like it now.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm pretty good
nice.
with it now. Yeah,
it's that nice clean white color, and I'm like, yay! You know, it's not that crappy sleeve, and then they went to the blue, and then they went boom. You know, here you go.
Right.
It's nice and pretty. You know, and PlayStation 3 has never changed. It's just like always been this XMB thing, and like I just want them to do something better.
I just wish I could check a message from somebody on the PS3 without having to hit a button 10 times to get to it.
No kidding.
I just wish it worked.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I just want to. You just want to play your Battlefield. You know what? You told me you'd never open that. Then you throw a video of Battlefield up.
No, I did. Luckily, I had like 3 games.
Oh, obviously you did. But I could have swore it was like after the network went down. I was like, you never even got to play Battlefield. You're like, yeah, I never opened it.
No, I did. I played it like. 2 days or something, 3 days before it went out. I'm like,
I know you did, but that's not what you said.
No, I didn't say that, Brad.
Lord.
I opened it, but I should have opened it.
You know, by the way,
Portal. I should have even bought Portal. I didn't even finish it. I just don't want to play with my PS3 anymore.
So I should have bought an Xbox instead of a PS3 to begin with.
Indeed.
I don't know anybody though. Like my real life friends here, no one has an Xbox.
So it's just like at least you can make new friends. I mean, how many honestly, how many of your PlayStation friends did you know before you had a PS3?
And how many of them do you know now?
Yeah.
No, like my friends here.
I play Xbox. Anakin plays Xbox.
I know.
I play with them before with zombies. That's why I bought my Xbox with them. My PS3.
There's only 2 people that I know that don't play Xbox, and that's you and Delta. Anyway,
well, so speaking of the PS3 though.
Yeah,
and Xbox, according to retailers over in the UK and in Europe, they're saying that they're seeing dramatic increases in the number of customers trading in PS3 units for Xboxes.
Well, hell yeah!
I seriously thought about that, honestly, because we have a deal at Staples when you buy an Xbox with a Kinect bundle. You get a $50 gift card for Staples.
Yeah, that's
and plus my discount. So I'm like,
that's a deal.
You'll have Kinect for when Gears 3 comes out.
Hopefully, so I'm like, yeah, I should like trade everything, but I thought about that. I'm gonna get my games on Xbox, have the year subscription, blah 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 blah. Yeah.
Well, you know, it's not. I don't know. You know, you're taking away people's multiplayer, and that's the type of that's what we're into on YouTube. It's multiplayer. You know, that's our social thing, and so when it's taken away, Okay, I gotta say this, but I bash on COD all the time, but Brink really makes you want to play COD. I was like, I'm so sorry, Call of Duty. I am so sorry. I've given you so much crap. Like, you're at least playable.
Black Ops whispers over in your ear and says, See? I'm not that bad.
I'm not that bad, buddy. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, but, I feel so good being able to go, PS3's down. Oh, it doesn't matter. Because I got Black Ops on the Xbox, and I can throw that in, and I can still play online. I'm not playing with you, Zombie. I'm not playing with Delta. But that's fine. I'm still playing online.
Talk about cheap consoles. Have you heard about Wii dropping their prices really, really low?
You mean really low?
Really low.
How low is it then?
For us here, it's $149 with an extra controller and like the Mario Kart and with the the wheel.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and with the free nunchuck, it's like really, really low bundle.
So you get a Wii, 2 Wiimotes, 2 nunchucks, Mario Kart,
and the
Wii wheel, all for $150.
Yes.
Well, did you see they had Nintendo was freaking drowning right now? They had a 20% last quarter loss in profits because the Wii it came to a grinding halt. Nobody's buying it anymore.
Well, they're not putting out content.
Well, yeah, that too.
They're not putting anything out. Are you seriously? You go into a GameStop and be like, okay, there's Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. There's Punch-Out. You get all your major Nintendo titles out of the way.
Yeah.
I'm not here to harp on the Wii.
Smash Brothers.
But I've got every worthwhile Wii title. Now including 007. I just picked that up, so I've got the complete worthwhile Wii titles sitting on half of a shelf. Okay? So basically,
wait. Do you hang on though? Because I'm telling you, Imagine Horses number 16 is a must-have. If you haven't gotten that one, it is unbelievable.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna trust you, and I will pick it up tomorrow when I take back the Wii Zapper that they sold.
I think we have that Imagine Horses for $9.99 at Staples.
No, in America, that's in the bargain bin for like $2.
Yeah.
It's like it's in one of those back bins that like you have to be wearing like a trench coat and have like grease coming out of your hair to go to.
I think they use the Imagine series as coasters at my local McDonald's.
Exactly. Yeah, no, but so like I was even watching IGN, they were talking, and okay, think about this. Pokemon is a humongous series. It is a mega popular series. There is not one decent Pokemon game for the Wii.
For the Wii?
Why?
Why?
That's what I'm asking you.
Because they're all in the DS world?
No. That's bullcrap. That's like saying, okay, we're releasing all of our good Call of Duty games for the Xbox, nothing for the PS3, nothing for the Wii. It's just we're going to contain it on one thing. Except that they own both. They own the DS. They own the Wii. Why would they not make a 3-dimensional Pokemon game? And I mean, like a good one. I'm talking like Pokemon Black, like Pokemon White. Throw it on the Wii and make this, beautiful 3D one that's just like awesome. I mean, I can imagine it in my head, and it's not that hard to do. Okay, I mean, it's just bullcrap. Wii is literally killing themselves, and I don't know. Maybe they're not releasing these titles because they're spending a lot of time getting this Wii 2 going. And
I only have 3 games.
Nintendo, I don't choose you.
Oh my God, dude. Exactly. Yeah.
I only have the Wii Sports that came for free, the Wii Fit, and DDR. That's it.
Games suck.
I actually have all 3 of those too.
I got them too, but I don't play them.
I've got 2 DDR mats for my Wii. And I've got the Wii Fit, and then I've got Super Paper Mario, Mario Galaxy, Legend of Zelda.
If you play DDR with anything other than a controller on Max, you're a homo.
I love DDR.
Awesome.
Or I guess if you're a woman, that's okay. But
I want to have like the arcade one though, the hard one.
Well, yeah, I had a bunch of grown men doing DDR against each other when I first bought it. Well, and I was trying to record it and put it on YouTube, and I was about to get my ass kicked, so I decided I better not do that.
Yeah, I've done it before, but it's like if you do it continuously, like
it's so fun.
If you're not a man and you go screw, I can play it with a controller. I'm doing that.
Exactly.
It's more fun that way. Okay,
you can't stop if you're like you want to like have a a gold star or something. You want to perfect the song.
Yeah, right. Or I can't even AAA songs with my fingers. Like I've done breakdown, and this is all on DDR Max 2 back on PS2. When I used to play them with my.
Oh, those are the best.
Yeah, those were the best. And like I was like breakdown, I got a triple star. That was it. Out of like 50 songs. Sorry. What the hell? Wait. What is the topic?
I don't know what the hell happened tonight.
We went from Duke Nukem to the Wii. Now we're on DDR.
I know. It's like, and none of this is relevant. It's like none of this happened this week. Why are we talking about this?
Go pick up DDR if you haven't yet and play with your fingers. Anyway, so Microsoft bought Skype.
Indeed. So 8.5 billion.
8.5 billion.
That's how much I spent on lunch today.
That's more than your mom's worth. All you listeners. That's more than all of our mothers are worth combined.
Indeed.
It's like, what the hell?
I don't get it.
So we were talking before the show, and we were like, yeah, they're going to be putting ads before the calls. It's going to be like you call Anakin, and then you get a Zales commercial right before.
Exactly. Because that would be, perfect demographic there,
Exactly.
they're
no. Don't start on demographic, because on my Mortal Kombat videos, before every one of them, there's a makeup commercial with freaking Goldie Hawn's daughter. What is her name? Kate Hudson. She's like, only for me. And I'm like, who are you trying to pitch this to? It's 15-year-old kids watching this.
That is hilarious.
There's maybe like 15 girls watching it. And that's all because like I made some sexist remarks, and they're like, hey, I'm a girl, so I watch your stuff even though you're a jerk. And so that's the only way I know there's 15 girls watching it. But I mean, it's mainly 15-year-old boys, and they're like, they're all just like, well, I have to watch these Tresemme commercials.
Ooh la la.
What is Lorelai?
Good Lord.
Anyway, so yeah, I mean, I hope that doesn't happen. I'm not gonna lie, I think I've seen an ad on Skype before.
Well, I know that right now they do the little banner ads and stuff, but if they start cutting me off in the middle of my conversation, I'm gonna be pretty mad.
Yeah, that would be pretty crappy. It's like,
I wonder if we have to pay because like right now you have to pay some fees for video conference with.
Nah, I doubt they'll make it that, because people will just move over to Vent or something.
Or are they just gonna keep the same way they just bought it?
I mean, there's a lot of people that actually have a paid account. Like my boss, actually, for my day job, he actually has a paid account because he travels quite a bit. He travels all over the world, and when he goes out of the country. Over to Europe or Asia or whatever, and he makes calls. He uses Skype, and he's got this number that's forwarded. He forwards his cell phone when he leaves the United States and sends it all to Skype, and then he makes all his calls on a soft phone through his laptop on Skype.
Yeah, like VoIP services and stuff.
Exactly. He actually pays for all that. So I'm sure he's not the only one by far. So I'm the thing is the regular internet user, I think, just kind of uses like we've done in the past, and just talked on it and talk to people or whatever. We don't really care about all the extra features, but one other way that they would, I feel like Microsoft would do something crazy, like limit all conversations on Skype to like 10 minutes or something if you don't pay. That would suck.
You'd be like mid-conversation, I'm a storm. I can knock a limb down on your tree.
That's right. Yeah.
And it's like you get some
Allstate commercial.
Yeah, but anyway, what the heck was that? Did you just get that same commercial? No, mine was about, I don't know.
Mine was that not so fresh feeling.
Online.
It's like, hey, Viridia, did you see that new Mortal Kombat? Do you get sometimes that not so fresh feeling? Be like, wait, what?
Exactly. It's like, Anakin, I'm gonna go, man.
Exactly. Yeah, that's I'd be like, yeah, that's awkward, man. I'll see you later. I'm gonna go have a nightmare now.
I gotta go talk to my mom about something. I'll be right back later.
Exactly. Oh,
God.
brother.
So yeah, let's pray for no ads on Skype. If you don't use Skype, then you don't have to worry about that. But it's just going to be. I mean, just look at Google when Google took over YouTube, and then you know what happened from there. So I mean, when these big name corporations get a hold of these little programs, it kind of, it definitely can turn a very different way, a very corporate way, and become a very advertisement heavy.
Well, yeah, if our prediction comes true, then that means ads are just a hop, Skype, and a jump away.
Moving on. What else did Microsoft do? God.
Ooh, I heard that Xbox is going to implement PayPal, the use of PayPal.
Right. So what would that do? What would that entail?
Well, basically, I think that it's going to allow us to do the whole Xbox Live Arcade thing and be able to use like a PayPal account that you've either got your bank account tied to or a credit card or whatever. And that way you don't have that whole garbage nonsense where, Xbox Live, you got to like go crazy getting your, credit card disassociated with it. So yeah. I'm actually on board for it. I use a PayPal account pretty often. So if I just sink money in there, I'm perfectly fine with them tying that together.
You know what? Why doesn't Xbox offer the ability to buy a physical game from their marketplace? Wouldn't that be awesome? I was sitting there. I was like, I want to play Tales of Vesperia, but I don't have 5 extra gigs to give. It's like 5 gigs for a game download, and I know I'm a loser. I'm sporting a 20 gig, but like. That's a lot of space to be given to one game. I'm like, why can't I just buy the hard copy straight from here? It's like, okay, yeah, I'd like to buy it, and then like in 2 days or so, it comes to my door. That'd be a good idea.
There is this thing called Amazon. You can do that.
No. I don't use Amazon. I want it right there on the Xbox. Damn it.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Hey, one thing we missed about Skype, though, they said that if you're a Skype user, you can talk to people on Xbox Live.
What?
Yeah, they're gonna establish services for the Outlook and Xbox Live.
Come on.
That would be pretty neat.
Outlook and Xbox Live.
Come on.
I could be
Zombie, come on.
Yeah, I'll send you the article after, or I'll read it to you.
Link or STFU.
Link or STFU.
Sorry. That's out of character for me. I'm going to bed.
He's letting the troll get in him.
I know that's my verbal trolling going on here in the podcast. So no, seriously, you read that? You read that on one of the articles? I didn't see that.
Microsoft buys Skype, adding Kinect and XBL support on shacknews.com.
Where?
Insanity.
Shacknews.com.
Oh, Shack News. They don't know anything. Pshaw.
Pshaw. STFU, zombie.
That's right. Exactly.
Well, don't let me say that I told you so if this is going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, if it doesn't, then you can go Skype.
Exactly. Well, I like that because then I could do the podcast and I can play a game at the same time and.
Yeah, well, then we could even invite in our Xbox Live user fan base to say hello in our podcast.
Exactly, and they'd be in the game lobby.
Indeed.
That's pretty cool. So, yeah, that's pretty neat. That's pretty much all that's got to go. We've got a few mails to read before we head on out. The first one actually wasn't sent. Thomas, a.k.a. Dez, actually Skyped me with this earlier. And he was wanting to know what was our favorite sports games. So we'll start with Zombie.
I asked Brad, I was like, does Wii Sport count?
I suppose it could. Because my pick is Imagine Badminton. Okay, so...
Imagine badminton.
That's my choice. That's the way to go. Forget Madden,
God.
forget NHL 2011, okay? Imagine badminton. That's the one where they actually have the horses playing badminton. And it's kind of a cross reference to the Imagine Horses series.
I don't even know if you're joking right now. I don't know if you're joking or not.
That's why it's so bad. You don't know how bad the Imagine series can get. You think to yourself, nah, Anakin's full of it. And then you think, maybe they actually have Imagine badminton.
Maybe this is a possibility. Jesus. Well, I'm a Nintendo fan, so my favorite sports game is Punch-Out!
Punch-Out!, nice choice.
That is a sports game. That is boxing, son.
Nice choice.
Des, I hope that answered your question. We've got Imagine Badminton.
Actually, one of those collection games for air hockey, foosball.
And then, Anakin, did you have a real one?
I actually really... No, get this. I actually played the heck out of an old school sport game called Blood Bowl. Do you remember? Does anyone remember this?
Yeah, I do.
And it's an old game, so nobody here is probably going to be like, knowing what I'm talking about. But
wasn't that for was it for the NES?
Yeah, I think they may have put it on the NES, but I actually ended up playing it. Oh God, probably on the Commodore 64 or the Amiga, maybe one or the other. And then I know it kind of got a revival, and it came out for PC in the 90s, and I think it got thrown out there for the SNES at some point as well, like in the early 90s, maybe the late 80s.
You just blew some viewers' minds. They're like, Commodore what?
Yeah, I know.
That the new COD?
Yeah, exactly. Good
right.
Lord.
So yeah, that I don't remember that game all that well. I didn't play hardly any sport games. If I hadn't seen Punch-Out! Played, I never would have put it in, because if you look at the actual game cart, it looks like a sports game. It's just like real life boxers fighting Tyson, and I'm like, nope, not me. But then you put it in, you're like, hey, this is a puzzle game. This is not a boxing game. It's like you gotta look at this thing, and you gotta think about it. And you gotta learn. I don't know. It's more of a puzzle game to me than a boxing game.
Well, actually, how I love, watching other people play. As much as people, play, NFL or, NBA Jam, those games, I can't watch them.
Yeah,
I
just stare at the TV. I'm like, what are they doing?
Well, that's understandable. Those games are like, that's like the exact opposite for me. Like, I can watch somebody play FPS and be like, oh, get this guy, get that. But then, it's just like, oh God.
Like when we go out to EB Games, right? When we those demo they have, those games. You're like, oh, get the other controller, be the other team. Like, what do I do?
It's like, no thanks.
How do you pass the ball?
It's like Hail Mary, and then you get on your knees.
I know. Who do you know who's playing?
Good Lord.
God.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, sports fans.
Well,
or game sports fans.
I hope you're happy, Thomas. I answered your question like I promised. I'm a man of my word.
Who else we got? Who else can we answer?
We've got one more. And
it's from Derek.
Derek says, let's see. Derek says, I'm not sure what kind of... Wait, hold on. Where does that start?
What do you...
Yeah, that starts right there.
What do you guys think happens to video game rentals if the streaming services, Hulu, Zoom, and Netflix, they take down all the video store companies like Blockbuster, Jumbo Video, which is a porn one, I think, right?
Exactly.
Canadian
porn.
store.
And if it did happen, and I'm not saying that it will anytime soon, it's just something to think about. Should Xbox Live and PSN offer you the ability to rent full games, not demos, just like they do for movies? And if they already exist, then just forget that I asked. As far as I know, OnLive is pretty much what he's talking about. If you guys haven't heard of OnLive, it's the cloud gaming network.
Indeed.
And it is a system, or it's just a service if you've got a PC, in which you can actually purchase or rent games straight from what they call the cloud. So it's basically you're just renting them over the internet, and you can play or buy the full version of the game. And not only that, you can the demos are basically just hour-long stints of the actual video game. So that's pretty much what he's talking about. So yeah, they do kind of make something like that.
Right.
The Xbox Live and PSN don't offer that, no, which is a good idea. They should.
I am telling you, they will soon. I'm telling you,
rental though?
even if it's not in this iteration right now, like the 360 and the PS3. By the time that 2014 hits, we're only talking, we're already halfway into 2011 here. Okay, so we're talking 2 to 3 years away. The idea of Blockbuster's been on the chopping block for quite some time now. And anyway, they will definitely be gone. In fact, I was looking at New York Times had their list of the top 10 corporations that won't make it by the end of the year, and Blockbuster's been on there for the last 3 years. So I guarantee you they will not be around. Probably by the end of this year if they.
Well, yeah, where I live, they're dead.
Yeah, I mean they're pretty much dead across most of the U.S. They're living on on borrowed time with this little goofy. They still have a few local locations. They're doing some of their online renting, very similar to the Netflix deal, but nobody really. They came way too late to that party. So the idea that pretty much you won't be able to go and rent video games. We're pretty much there. GameFly I think is a pretty good service.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if that's GameFly I think is really tapping into that right now, and I think that they may be North America only. They may even be US only. I'm not even sure if they're in Canada.
Yeah, I'm not sure too.
But if GameFly really takes off, I think it's going to be something similar to Netflix. They'll be able to start covering Europe, Asia, obviously Canada, or South America. So hopefully, these kind of services will come around here pretty soon. But I don't think it's
But here's my other thing though: if they ever implement serial keys for multiplayer gameplay, I'm not sure if they're gonna have like a temporary 48-hour password for that. Is it just single player games you can rent out?
Yeah, they won't be able to do that because it'll be linked instead of serials. What they'll do is they'll link it to your account. So it's you actually have you don't need a code at that point. In fact, they won't need serial numbers or anything in the future because it'll be like Steam is on the PC. Once you buy a game, it's tied to your account. You don't need a serial number anymore. It's there, and you can go re-download it anytime you want.
Digital,
digital distribution. Yeah, I mean it's there. So you screw up your account or you lose your account or whatever. There goes all the goodies. Now I actually have a beef about that, by the way, because the cool thing is, in the old days, it would be kind of neat that you could pass along your old games and even old consoles. You go to a yard sale, even right now, you can go to a garage sale or something and pick up a Dreamcast. And, you'll pick up some old Dreamcast games, or you can even pick up SNESs, stuff like that. But what's going to happen, in 2015, when we're all on our Xbox 720s, and everything we own is like a digital copy of a game. How you can't hand it off to your kids later, or whatever, and you can't sell it at a yard sale because you won't be able to go buy the games in a digital distribution. The service will have moved on. So
who the hell's to say that we can't pull that off with the digital wrist chips that we're going to get then too?
Well, and see that
it's not the same. I don't know.
What do you mean it's not the same? It's like, here you go, and then you give it to his wrist chip, and then he's got it.
Same with movies and music, No,
I agree. I was joking, but I totally.
I still buy CDs because I want a physical item. iTunes. Yeah. Think about this. iTunes. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, who knows what's going to happen? And then you're not going to have the music anymore. I have my damn CDs, and I will always have my CDs. No one can take that from me.
Well, but then again, things change so rapidly that it's like we might be the last generation of people who want physical copies.
I agree, and to me, I think it's a shame personally.
And our kids will grow up and be like, why the hell would I want like 50 freaking game cases sitting in the freaking.
Yeah, why would I want to fill my house with all this garbage?
Yeah. It's like I could throw that away, and then I could put like a fridge in that corner. It's like I got it. Why would I?
Because in the future, every household will have 5 fridges.
It's a fridge microwave combo. It just does whatever.
That's right.
God. All right. Well, I hope that answered your question, Derek.
Indeed.
Let's see. He had more down there. He said, anyway, guys, just want to say you're doing a great job. Keep it up. I can't wait to submit a question for your 100th podcast.
Aww.
Wow. Well, we'll be awaiting that on our 100th podcast. And on that podcast,
Derek,
it's going to be pretty sick.
Our 100th podcast will actually be in the January of 2013. So we will wait for...
Aren't you a damn math genius? Anyway,
I'll look for your damn question, Derek, in 2013 in January. Don't forget, mark your calendar, mark your Google calendar.
Yeah, because you'll be what? Well, I don't know how old he is, but I was gonna say something mean, but I don't know how old he is.
You'll be almost 2 years older.
I was gonna say he'll be finally out of puberty by then. But I don't know, Derek, how old you are. I'm messing with you. God dang it!
Beep. Sorry, I'm always so late with my censoring. Beep. Sorry.
I know. Oh crap! I didn't catch it. So Derek, thank you very much for the question. As any of you can ask these questions, just send them to
podcast@gmail.com.
Thank you, operator. And we got a few questions this week. We didn't read them all because we've answered them already. So if you didn't hear your question on the cast, it's because we've answered it, or we've answered it more than once.
Well, then you have 15 hours of listening to do.
Go back. 15 hours of listening. You'll find that question answered. Actually, as a matter of fact, one of them was how to become a director. We spent a good portion of one talking about that. I believe that was episode 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So you can go watch those, and it's in there. 4. Seth's giving me the 4 count. So yeah, it was episode 4. But yeah, so you can go check that out. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much all that happened that I know of. Anyway, we'll have LA Noire to talk about next week.
Woo!
Anakin, I know we're getting it. Zombie.
I'll be listening to you guys. I'm not here, actually.
What?
I'm going to the States next week.
Oh,
wow.
God.
You're coming to our world? What's up with that?
I'm going to Minneapolis for my birthday weekend.
Why would you go to Minneapolis?
What the heck is in Minneapolis?
It's the only place that's decent, that's drivable.
Good Lord.
8 hours from here.
Come down to the south.
Yeah, that's what I'm
that's an
saying.
experience.
That's like 17 hours, Brad. We only have a weekend.
I will never forget.
Lord.
I was standing outside Radio Shack one day having a cigarette, right? And this like Ethiopian lady walks up. Like she's like walking right for me. She's got dead like blinders on, looking right at me, just hoofing it. And I'm like, okay, this is odd. She's either cracked out or she's a foreigner. Because you don't know, you never can tell. So it's not till she gets to me, she says, hello, and I'm like, she's a foreigner. Okay, so she starts telling me that she is from, like Ethiopia or wherever they're at, I don't know, and she's gotten the privilege, to come over here. She got really lucky. It was kind of like, I don't know, it was like a 1 in a million chance, and they're over here preaching about, I don't even remember what they were talking about. It's been that long. And then, I live in the South, so it's like you've got busted engines, you're peeling out of gas stations, nobody gives a crap. And all of a sudden this dude just like, it's some kid, he's got like a rebel flag hanging out his window, and this girl jumps at me. And she just grabs on, and I'm like, it's okay. He's just an idiot.
Indeed.
It's like, I almost got hurt one time. They just almost hit me in the face. I was like, oh, no, you're good. All right?
Oh, that's scary.
She was scared. She was about to die. It was hilarious. So, yeah, come down to the South.
Yeah, it's actually funny because how when we go to, like, North Dakota, people will just stare at us for some reason. Like, yes, I'm an Asian. Hello.
Come down to the South. I'll show you
it's like. It's like they're being visited by one of the mythological Asians that they've heard so much about.
Yeah,
I'm an Asian. Welcome me to your state.
Really, because we've got tons of Asians here. As long as you look decent.
Maybe not in North Dakota.
Actually,
then.
if you look like decent, you're probably going to get stared at. Because like where I live, it's like if you go into a gas station and you don't see somebody who looks like a zombie, then like you're like, what happened today? What is up?
It's like, oh my god, it's an Asian. They drive slow and they're good at math.
It's like, okay, she's got sores on her face. Everything's good.
Oh my god. Jesus.
You're making me not want to go to the South.
No,
I'd rather visit Texas. Well, actually, my friend visited Texas.
You don't have to pay to point at meth heads. You don't have to pay for that. You can just go to the gas station and like just sit there. It's great. But
I don't even know what they look like.
Yeah, actually, yeah, we do. Seth brought up a pretty good point just now. Most Asians here own restaurants, so
it's not too far from here too.
God. All right, guys, it has been episode 16. Now we're rambling, so
indeed,
we'll see you later.
All right, yeah. See you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.